Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I just want to take a moment to pray for the spirit souls that are watching over this. Thank you and bless your heart. May you be better than before. May you actually absorb some of the information that I hope to contribute. And may you grow your heart emotionally and spiritually, become more resilient and become more powerful, because we all have the power to be ascended masters, or we're all in the process of being, of ascending, being our own divine selves. But it begins with discipline. It begins with slowing down and taking a moment of reflection and introspection to know thyself more than anything else, to see with full comprehension and full cognizance of all your mental faculties, not just your tongue or your nose. Some people don't even really smell or hear the frequency or the vibration of their food. For example, like meat, slaughtered meat, chunks of animal meat is incredibly low vibration. That is violent energy that is in the food. You have to see beyond the flavor. You have to see beyond the advertisements and the brainwashing and the programming that they've been doing to us all these years. Okay? It's kind of like how Americans have basically made cereal food, like cereal in a box, as like a whole meal for breakfast, as if it's natural, as if it comes from trees or whatever. But now, being vegan, being a raw foodist, and mostly a fruitarian even, you get to realize, you get to see the spectrum of colors, the rainbow of colors beyond the usual flash of light. It's like getting an extra set of lens or extra brain cells, really, to see through the fog and see through the thunderstorm and see the rainbow, and the light at the end of the tunnel. But really, I don't think anybody is truly vegan until they're about 3 to 5 years into it, because it takes a while to completely wash off your body, your tainted, or from that tainted animal blood. And some people will waver in and out. Some people will, they'll bring out all their excuses and justifications about their blood types or their ancestors and this and that. I usually say, like, hey, horses have, there's 17 blood types for horses, but they all eat grass, and if you see the point there, it's not really our blood type. It's what we're designed, by nature to eat. We have harvesting hands. We don't have claws. We're not running or walking on fours. If meat were truly our food, our natural, most optimal food, then we would be walking on fours, because, then we would be faster. Because one thing to consider, just 3 words: the natural predatory, 4 words, natural predatory success rate. Okay? Most people are cheating when they eat their meals when it's the animal meat. But when you go vegan, when you go fresh and raw, you'll know you're getting it fresh and, from the source. You're not cheating. God did not design us to say, hey, you gotta wait till you eat, you gotta sharpen your bow and arrow and, get a barbecue grill going before you can eat. Food is meant to be sweet, flavorful, not deceptive, not angry food. Food is supposed to just, with enough patience, it can fall in your lap. But food is attractive. Food has a high vibrational frequency that even the bees and the birds can hear and smell. Humans, it's a little beyond our wavelength, but as a vegan, your mind, your consciousness will be able to see through that, what is natural and what isn't. We follow the law of ahimsa, which is non-violence. And that's why I'm going into this, segueing into my previous post about how there's been more than 500 mass shootings in America the past year. And that is not happening in any other country at that drastic rate. And truly, because it's all human nature, but we're all, humans, and, whether you're Arab, or Indian, or Chinese, we all have like the same, we follow the same laws of nature, right? But one thing that's different from people is the mass amount of the mass food production, the factory farming that has cut us off from nature. And it has done so much incredible programming into the minds of the Americans that, that probably more than 40% of the people are living off of the fast food or the drive-through diet. Because, we're in a capitalist country and people are racing for material wealth, material knowledge, material accumulation more than spiritual knowledge, more than, more than their health. They're after their next paycheck, their dollar, more than taking a pause to see the source of their food. People are rather go to the drive-through and get their food in a hurry and get it served, but you don't realize that it's cutting you off from your true nature, from your highest potential. Okay, and that's why people need to take a moment of introspection, a moment of reflection to see what this whole American diet is. Go research, compare the American diet to the rest of the world. You owe yourself that much. You know what I mean? Is that really too much to ask for? A little bit of discipline, a little bit of research about your diet, to know yourself, what you put in, to gauge, I mean, do you really need some kind of instrument to distinguish low vibration food and high vibrational food? Do you have to be an insect or a bird or a bee for it to make sense to you? Can you not hear the clamor and the screams and how the cows and the chickens are fighting back? They're kicking and fighting and struggling for their lives, and their kids are crying and they're not wanting to be eaten. While a plant, they say, oh, but plants die too. They have feeling. It just sits there and go ahead, take my fruits. It's not going to punch you back. You know what I mean? Come on, people, get some common sense. And because the only way to world peace, okay, is through inner peace. We're not gonna love our neighbors until we love ourselves. We're not gonna stop ourselves. It's rare for a person to, it's like Jesus, when you get slapped on one side, to turn the other cheek and say, slap me again. Most people are programmed to fight right back and bigger than before. And that's why this whole war, between the Palestinians and the Israelites and Ukrainians and Russians, it goes back for tens and hundreds of years sometimes, because it's so emotionally programmed. But it's not. You have to take a pause and before you can make changes. If you're not really, it's like what Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you cannot imagine a better situation than when you're in, then you're trapped and you're forced to live to all your old habits. It will keep repeating itself. And we're not really going to evolve from that until we take a pause. That pause of reflection is really meditation, which is, to familiarize yourself, about yourself and, about your own personality, your character, your consciousness, to go deep and peek into, your own subconscious. Take your subconscious, and rein it in with some discipline, and you will see the fruit, the essence of that fruition. The discipline will come and bring forth true fruition to your mind. It will bring your mind full clarity, full cognizance, full consciousness, and peace, inner joy, happiness. Really, take it in. Be vegan for a couple of months, a couple of years. Give it a try. Ask me some questions, Let me know what your thoughts are. Chime in if you resonate with this or what your thoughts are. But inner peace is the way to world peace. Okay? God bless you all.